sneaking into your girlfriend's house. It's something that most boyfriends have done to see their girlfriend. And today's story time is about the time where I did it. I almost got caught. So this story time takes place 3 years ago. One day, my girlfriend at the time, Jessie, she hits me up and she's like, yo, what are you doing? And at the time I was hanging out with the boys. So I'm like, nothing, just hanging out with the homies. Why? She was like, do you want to come over? And I was like, we haven't seen each other in a while, so sure. She was like, alright, my parents are here now, but they should be gone by the time we get here. And I was like, alright. So fast forward, I'm walking there, and as I'm walking there, we're basically talking about like, oh, you want to watch a movie, blah, 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 you know, all the couple stuff. So I finally get to her house. I'm standing literally in front of her house. And I could see in her driveway, her parents' car. They had this one big, like, gray van, and I seen it, and I immediately, like, text her, and I'm like, yo, I thought you said your parents were going to be gone. She was like, yeah, they're supposed to be. I don't know why they're still here. They're probably looking for their keys or something. So I'm like, alright, bet. So I start thinking, and I'm like, alright, how am I going to get in here without her parents knowing? Because, like, her parents weren't strict. They were actually some pretty cool parents. It was just the fact that, like, I randomly showed up. They probably didn't even know I was coming. Plus, like, the way she was wording it, some, not YouTube friendly stuff was gonna go down. So I was like, how am I gonna get in here? So at first I was like, the back door. Go to basically walk to their back door. And all I hear is just like her dad be like, yeah, honey, hold on. And like, I could hear him coming out the back door. So I'm like, nah. So I run, and they had like these bushes. So I hid behind these bushes. I seen him walk. He walks directly by the bushes. And he like loads something into his car. And then he walks back to his backyard. So I'm like, alright, they're near the backyard. The front door is obviously locked, because who doesn't lock their front door? How am I gonna get in here? So as I'm sitting there in the bushes kind of thinking, like my girl Jessie's window, she basically, like, her window is right there to where like she can see all of like the front yard, the front of the house and stuff. So she could clearly see me in the bushes. And she like, you know, snaps, and I look up and I see her, and she's like, yo, garage. And I'm like, yeah, I know, your parents are in the backyard. And he's like, no, they're using the back door, the garage, go through the garage. And I was like, I didn't think of that. So the way her house was set up is there's the front door and then like the back door, but then there's a side one that like they kind of call a garage, because it's basically just a door to this big room, and they use it like a garage, you know? They store stuff that they don't want in there. So I'm like, okay. So I walk to that side door, and I swear, it was like I couldn't catch a break. I walk to the side door, and I see the mom, her head's turned to like basically talk to the dad. And I was like, whoa. So I ducked behind, like, it was like cement stairs. And basically I ducked behind there. And the stairs faced the opposite way. So as long as she didn't look down, she wouldn't see me. And like, just in the nick of time, the dad was like, oh, come here. So the mom, after unlocking the door, she basically like, is like, what do you need? And she starts walking there. And I kind of like creep to like the steps. And as I creep to the steps, like, I just hear like the back door shut, and I hear them two walking to where I'm at. So I immediately like run up the steps, open the door, close the door, and just like run straight to my girl's room. So I get to Jessie's room, and she's just like, why are you so out of breath? And I'm like, cause I just had to do some G.I. Joe stuff to get in here. They should be leaving now. Just as I said that, I hear, Jessie, come down here. And I'm like, oh no, come on, man. I'm like, no. So she goes downstairs, and like they talk for a little bit. Whole time I'm just in her room, and I'm just praying that they don't come up here like to come in her room, because there's nowhere to hide in her room. She don't got like no closet or nothing. There's nowhere to hide. So if they came in, like they'd immediately see me. And I hear like footsteps coming upstairs, and I hear 2 pairs of them. So I'm like, nah, that's her parents. Like, I'm busted. I'm probably not gonna be able to see her for a while. I hear like her door open, and it's her. And then I see her mom walk straight by her, never looking in her room. And I was just sitting there, and like Jessie like closes the door, and she's like, oh, they just had to get some stuff. And her mom was like, who are you talking to? And me and her gave each other like that look of like, oh no, like she's gonna open the door, she's gonna find out. And Jessie, being the smart person that she is, she was just like, oh, I'm on the phone with a friend. And her mom just walked by the room. They left and put on a movie, you know. Everything was chill, vibish, you know. We were cuddling, and I'll leave the rest to your imagination. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Whoa.